Hello guys, it is that panda guy and I'm here again with another video, and today we are going to be going through the drama in G4. And I do want to say that, I have a lot of people to thank, but I will save it for another video since this is specifically to go through the information that we know, and I just want to expose this alliance as well. It is like a good chance for you, I don't know, just a good video. I think a lot of people might enjoy this, so I will be going through all the drama. And I do thank you guys for watching as always, and I know a lot of friends and foes did want to see this video, so I am here and I got the screenshots, I got the footage, I got whatever, and I'm gonna be going through everything and that kind of led up and just what happened. So I'll start now, guys. When we came into G4 Island Raid, right, we were reached out to by AC-18, and these guys wanted an alliance, and we ended up agreeing that we would try to bring SHMS into this, agreement, right? And it would be a three-way alliance between us three. So we later figured out BTW, which was another alliance in our bracket, was actually allied with these guys coming into the alliance raid. And although this is, a little bit unimportant, it also kind of shows that these guys weren't telling us information. They were hiding really key stuff, because this is something you should be telling people that you were doing a three-way alliance with. I will be showing screenshots, and there were plenty more conversations that were had, but you guys are kind of get the gist of it, and I'll kind of explain as I go through. You guys can pause the screenshots when they show. It'll be in like a minute or two, but yeah, the screenshots will only last for a good minute or so, but then you'll see a lot of the footage. So I do want to kind of go through some of the stuff that these guys said. They were claiming that we sneak attacked them, and that's how we kind of broke our part of the agreement, and that's why we got targeted pretty hard, which is really weird because these guys were attacking AC-18, and they totally disregarded the allegiance we had. They attacked AC-18, and we basically swarmed the field to save them because they were getting their tower beat down, and they had BTW also helping. And I do want to mention that although they lied to Prime and AC-18, they also lied to their other alliance, BTW, and it was just really weird. And I don't really understand why they lied to everybody. And now we're gonna go through these screenshots. So this first one kind of goes and shows the agreement that was made, and they agreed. This one was just me telling SNB what happened. I do want to mention that SNB actually wasn't an ally of ours, but we had agreed that if the two clashed, AC-18 and SNB, we wouldn't assist them because this was a part of the allegiance, and they knew that was fine. And you guys kind of see here, they declared the war, and this was right after they started burning towers, which was insane. And I do want to mention the guy you see in these screenshots, for the most case, was a pretty nice dude. He was pretty chill, and his leadership was actually what booted him out. They overthrew what he wanted, and they just decided we want to betray everybody, right? And it just happens, guys. That kind of goes to show, though, the leadership is rotten. They're just rotten in general, and it's really sad. And these guys were really toxic in chat. And you see right here, they were allies with BTW going in, and they didn't tell us anything. And now you guys are going to see here, this guy was trying to tell me, oh, it's just a game, dude. We're all adults, we're all mature, so you don't need to tell. For example, I was saying that I was going to tell other future island victims, or island people, that these guys basically betrayed, they betrayed a three-way allegiance, and then they still lied to their other alliance on the side, which was just insane. They had deceived BTW into thinking that we were allies with them, which was insane because I had never talked to anybody from BTW, and these guys had tricked them into thinking that we had made an alliance with them. So when we later on hit their nodes and stuff, they were saying, what the heck are you guys doing? We're allies, right? And I was like, what the heck are you guys talking about? And it just made no sense. But back on that point earlier, this dude told me, he was saying oh, don't be childish, it's only a game, we're all mature adults, what happens here stays here, right? That's basically what he was telling me, and he was kind of telling me in a sense to, just shut up. And I was like, what the heck? This dude really is trying to tell me that since we're all mature adults, that this should just, slide, since at the end of the day, it's the war game. And I will agree that it is just a war game, but what you're doing in this game is going to have consequences, right? Nobody's going to want to ally with people they find scummy, they find really just traitors. I don't even know. I feel like everything they said was so stupid. But basically, we had an allegiance, right? We had an agreement that if alliance Anybody who wasn't in that circle, right? Like you guys saw the screenshot earlier. Anybody who wasn't in the circle of this alliance was free game, basically. And AC-18 made that clear at the beginning. They asked and they said, this sounds fair. And like I said, the dude in the screenshots, he was just overthrown by his leadership. And they knew what they were doing when they made this. They even tried to lie. They tried to hide the real facts. They, kind of broke the agreement. Even when we kept calling it out, they would say like, we sneak attacked them. They would say that AC-18 broke the agreement by, fighting SNB because, they were helping SNB earlier out. And it's so weird because they were also, they were helping SNB, and basically AC-18 was kind of helping RCCO, and they hit some SNB marches. They never hit SMH. And if they did, it probably was a mistake, and they were all pretty chill about it, and it was all chill. And there were obviously no quarrels going on in that chat, and it just seemed just fine. And these guys use that as a reason to the war. And what's even crazier, after like proclaiming that for 2 days straight, I heard them say in chat, oh, well, you guys were fighting with BTW, so, that's why we actually started the war, which is a little crazy to me also because, like I said, we have this agreement that basically they agreed to, allow any alliance outside of this circle to be hit. We didn't get told that they were even allies with BTW. So even if we wanted to, not hit them, they didn't even inform us properly to kind of avoid doing this. And it was just so weird. They lied to BTW, they lied to Prime, they lied to AC-18. These guys started sieging them in the middle of the night. And these guys also go on to complain and cry about the fact that they were hit. They were hit in their sleep. It's so crazy to me when you do something like 2 or 3 times. We got hit like 2 or 3 times, like in our sleep, and I was staying up late. I was on freaking drugs or something because I was not sleeping, guys. Like, I'm not even joking. When this happened, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I had gotten a message from AC-18, and a lot of them were asleep, and I decided that I was just gonna have to sacrifice myself to kind of hold on. And I am a man of my word, right? Like I'm not gonna back out. And the thing is, their leader basically told me, stay out of this, don't get involved. These guys, we will stop hitting you if you guys don't fight with us over AC-18, right? And I was like, dude, what the heck? I'm not gonna sit on the side and watch as our allies get beat down by these guys who just straight up betrayed our agreement. I also want to mention that we do take a lot of terrible trades, or just not terrible but bad trades in general. Like we trade negative on almost every tower rally that we take. It was just too much because their whales are just too overwhelming for us, and it was a little rough, but we tried to hold out as long as possible. I think we held out for at least 6 to 7 hours on towers and stuff, trying to build along them. And I mean, we did our job. AC-18 was able to get back on their feet. And I will say, we backed out of the island. We were really discouraged. I thought everything was, just said and done. I just wanted to make sure that these guys ended up getting their justice. But guys, we ended up somehow making an insane comeback with the help of AC-18, Vin, and even SLF. These guys were so huge towards, just being able to come back into this island and really having an impact. So I do want to thank all of those alliances real quick because this was really upsetting, to have this happen to us and just have these freaking people betraying us. I also want to mention that I was told by people from their last island that these guys had actually betrayed them as well. Like it's insane. Or not betrayed them, sorry, but they had been spreading lies and tried to make people like fight each other who were spreading lies, right? Like it was actually like, it was just crazy to me to hear that, right? But at the same time, I could believe it because of what just happened. We saw another message from their leader who said that he managed to stop them from betraying people in their last island, which is insane because there's no way you should be having to stop them. It's like, is there some freaking urge to, backstab every allegiance you get into? I heard that they were crying in the Chinese channel after, Boone beat them, the Baby Boone Alliance, and I believe that because they did that with us. They were also I had some people being racist towards me, basically calling me Caucasian, which is, I don't even know. It's actually so weird, and I don't really mind. I don't really care if someone's like that, but it's still weird that these guys are being racist. They were being toxic in chat, and they weren't taking any accountability. And I know how I said, you guys know how I said that they were lying to all 3 of our alliances. I wouldn't doubt it if they lied to SMB. I know they lied to their own members. They literally tricked a lot of their own members into thinking that we started this war. when their leadership, guy who got demoted to R1 came in chat and was just like apologizing. And I really do appreciate that he was taking accountability for what his alliance did. But, when he started doing that, some of these people were confused because they didn't hear anything. It was only the leadership, the management, who agreed that, yeah, we want to betray these people, push them out. And these guys have done this before, or just been really, sneaky and conniving. It's just terrible, and we were forced to fight up here trying to clear out the tower for our allies. And it's crazy to hear that we were, sneak attacking them when we straight up had a pact. We had a pact with these three alliances, and we upheld our agreement. I don't think that's like sneak attacking. If that was the case, then these guys sneaked attack like RCCO, which makes no sense, guys. I really don't understand anything that happened here. I don't understand why these guys were so freaking like conniving, and I don't understand how they can't take an ounce of accountability for what they did. These guys really tried to tell me to be quiet. They didn't want me to expose them, and I really wanted to do this video, one, for the fact, like I said, it's good content, as well as the fact that I don't want people to be like tricked by these people. If you see like SMHS in a future island, share this video maybe with their leader, like the leaders of those people in the island, because they need to know that they can't trust these guys. I don't want like a sketchy alliance. It's Region 23, by the way. These guys are really sketchy. I really just want everybody to be aware of that, because alliances like these, if you're doing that stuff, there's karma, there's consequences, guys. And you know what? This is a video that's just, hopefully gonna kind of help and stop like sneaky alliances like this. Like I said, guys, it is just a game at the end of the day. And if you do this type of stuff, you're about to get freaking screwed over in that very same game. So I don't know, like, this was really sketchy. They didn't tell us about anything they were doing. They were letting BTW up into the mid, right? We had made an agreement that the alliances would be, the alliances ranks would be based off kill points, and BTW actually ended up taking a lot of outposts and landed in second place, where AC-18 was first, and then we were third, and they were placed in fourth. So my best thought was that these guys got greedy, they wanted first, and it's insane, because after we fought them off mid, these guys fought us for hours straight. And then I also saw them in chat saying basically, oh, if an alliance attacks us or wrongs us, we're gonna go, ham on them, we're gonna fight to the death. And it's so crazy they said that, because, like, I don't know, if you guys are listening to this, you guys tell me who's wrong, you guys tell me who's right. Like, that, it is just insane to me that an alliance is this, like, this much of a brat, like, they're just brats. They're like spoiled brats who think that they're entitled to everything, and they think that, they think everybody should just be quiet and not mention their previous faults, and I find that really crazy. Also, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard me say earlier about them calling me Caucasian. I heard that they were racist to like the Mini Boon Alliance, on their last island too. And, I would believe that because, they were racist to me. They were toxic to me. I had some toxic people from BTW as well. But I do want to make a point real quick to say that all Chinese alliances aren't, toxic. They aren't going to, all backtrack on their words. I just want to mention that because I don't want people to have a bad idea about Chinese alliances, just in general. I will say I wouldn't like try to blacklist BTW. They were also lied to. So I hope everybody kind of gets that clear, and, there's no misunderstandings that kind of put them in a bad spot. So I do thank people for watching this video. I hope you guys learned a bit. I hope you guys liked it, and I do appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one, and peace out.